What's going on, everybody? Sean Daniel with Guitar Control here. It is getting straight up bluesy in the house today. We're talking about two of the most famous things that make the blues, minor chords and the pentatonic scale. So make sure you click the link below because I'm going to tab out what we're doing here. It's very simple conceptually, but it sounds really cool, right? So we only need to learn 3 chords for this entire kind of lesson here, right? This is going to be in the minor blues, all right? So our 3 chords in A minor that we're going to use are A minor to get that A minor bluesy sound, 2D, 2G, 1B, open A, open E. Alright, A minor, we're going to think of that as kind of like our 1 chord in the key of A minor if we want to look at it that way. The next chord we're going to need is D minor. 1 on the high E string, 3 on the B string, 2 on the G string. And then the next chord we're going to need is E minor. Easiest chord in the game. 2 on the A string and 2 on the D string, right? So we need that, and we need 1 shape that we're going to snag from the pentatonic scale, all right? So again, this is kind of like A minor blues thing we got going on here. So let's take a look at the A minor pentatonic scale. Maybe the first scale that you've ever learned. The first scale I ever learned, I remember for sure, it looks like this. E string 5 to 8, A string 5-7, D string 5-7, G string 5-7, B string 5-8, high E string, 5-8. Okay, so we're gonna make a little bit of a lick out of this. We're gonna make it really simple. It's gonna look like this. All right, we're just gonna kind of slide up the scale. We're getting from the 5th fret to the 7th fret, arriving with gusto, pentatonic blues style, 5 to 7, so we end up on 7A. And then just go through that scale, 5D, 7D, 5G, and then back 1 note to 7D, right? So, all right? And we're thinking about this being rooted on the A from the minor pentatonic scale, even though we're actually sliding into an E note, which the E note is in the A minor chord. So, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna play the chord twice, and then jump into the lick. A minor chord, slide into the lick. A minor chord. Again, this is just one example. Please experiment with any kind of minor pentatonic thing that you want to do in this, but this is going to be the example that we're going to use. Okay, now, any 12-bar blues type of feel, we'll go from the 1 chord to the 4 chord. So again, if A is 1, what's 4? A, B, C, D. There's that D minor chord we're talking about. All right? So we need to find out how to do this lick over a D minor. Well, the great thing is we can actually just go down a string. Just kind of like the open A string, the D string is 1 string down. You'll always find those notes down a string. So remember, we started on 7A, and then did the rest of that lick over the A. So if we move the whole thing down a string, it's going to sound like this. Now that's actually close to it, but it's not exactly the same interval there because the B string is offset. So we always have to compensate for the B string whenever we're trying to move a whole pattern up or down a string, okay? So by doing that, we just have to compensate by 1 fret. So instead of going, we're going to take this 1 fret higher, 1 fret, or 1 note sharp, so. Okay, so now I've got 7D, 5G, 7G, 6B, back to 7, okay? So A minor's lick is like this. And then D minor's lick is like this. Okay? So let's practice it just with the D minor for a second. Eventually you kind of get a little bit of a speed. Alright, however you want to play it, those are the notes we're going to kind of focus in on from that minor pentatonic. D minor pentatonic's shape is going to be moving along with A minor pentatonic shape. So now, we can start using this in like a traditional 12-bar blues pattern where we play A, and again with A, then D minor. Back to A. Okay? So, same lick, different chords, just a slightly different location, but pretty much the exact same thing. So conceptually, it's not that hard. It's just remembering that B string is offset. Again, this is all tabbed out, so make sure you kind of follow along with that link below. We got one more chord that we talked about. Remember what it was? The 5 chord in any blues progression. An A, B, C, D, E. E minor. Okay? And again, this is the minor blues. That's why all these chords are minor instead of like a dominant 7 or a major chord. So, everything we just did on the D strings spot, or the D chord spot, E is 2 frets higher than D. D, D sharp, E, right? D, D sharp, E. All we're going to do is move everything up 2 frets. So we just did this for the D chord. Just 2 frets higher. So maybe if you want to focus in on the 9th fret of the D string, that's where we're going. It's kind of a journey from open E. The cool thing is if you play this voice of E minor, middle finger to A, ring finger to D, your ring finger can travel just from here. I don't have to pick my ring finger up. I'm watching it all the way down to the 9th fret. Now, again, watching it all the way down isn't the best way to do it. The best way to do it is to focus on the 9th fret and then have your finger meet your eyes. That's a way better way to do it because your brain kind of does all the planning on where to stop for you. If you watch like this, it's like, okay, where do I stop there, right? Focus on where you're going, and then you'll arrive there every single time, guaranteed, all right? So now we got 3 chords we can do this with. We got the A minor chord, and then the lick. The D minor chord, E minor. Always back to A minor. Then again, I changed it at the end right there by using the exact same notes. The beautiful thing about these patterns is that even though we're equating, all right, here's A minor, and here's the lick that goes with that. Here's D minor. Here's the lick that goes with that, right? The cool thing is, since these chords are in the same key together, all those spots for the licks are in the same key together, so we can start combining them if we want. Instead of just going, maybe we can jump in, kind of like combine A minor's lick with D minor's lick by going. Okay, that was just back to back. We could even go one level higher to go 2 frets down. That was just combining all the licks in order without jumping back to the chords first. I'm a big fan of jumping back and forth between the chords and the licks, especially if you're just kind of playing like a solo acoustic type thing, because it imparts an element of timing and an element of rhythm into your playing instead of just kind of, you know, rocking licks, which is great. But using a 12-bar format where we have a couple bars of the one chord, which is A, either 2 times or 4 times, I'm going to the D next. E minor, we can go right there now. And then really just get creative, kind of mess around with those. Like one of the times I played those, instead of playing same thing, I'm just adding more notes in there. Instead of going is it down, up, down, up, down, up, down. That's the great thing about these licks is they're practicing just location. How you play them, how many times you play the notes is kind of up to you and your creativity. But having a good structure of how a 12-bar blues works or an 8-bar blues works or however you want to structure it is really key to understanding where to put these chords and how to connect them to some of the licks and like the riffs and stuff that you learn from the pentatonic scale. So again, really it's all about finding a chord, finding where that root note is, applying a pentatonic shape or even maybe like a minor scale or a major scale shape to it, and then starting to see the connections between the chords and the single notes. And that's really a great way to kind of take your playing to the next level. So definitely let us know what you thought of this lesson, what you'd like to see in future lessons, and make sure to click on any of the surrounding videos or anything else we have on the Guitar Control channel, because it's definitely bound to be something that you like. We got a lot of videos up here Always looking for your feedback, and thank you for stopping by, and we'll talk to y'all soon. Thanks a lot.